All right, let's get started. As you know, this session is recorded. We will be sending you out a recording when we do send you the follow-up email. Just to give you a bit of an introduction, I'm Suraj. I'll be going through the presentation and the demo today. Thank you for joining, by the way. So if you do end up taking the free trial, I work with a sales team with the APAC division. And if you do end up taking a free trial, we will probably end up meeting again. It'll be myself and my team member, Peter, who will be going through a presentation on your existing database. So one of the reasons is of today's webinar, what's the subject? What's the topic, that we're going to be discussing is why is Prospect CRM so perfect for unleashed customers? So that's something that we're going to be discussing today. And also give you some real-time, testimonials from our existing customers and the features and function that's going to align with your requirement and really help you drive that profitable growth. As you can see on the screen, that's one of the testimonials left by our top customers. You will be able to find various other reviews and testimonials on our website. We will send you through the link, but just wanted to give you a bit more of a background. Unleashed and Prospect CRM, we have been closely integrated for about 5 years. But as you know, we have been acquired by the same company, the Access Group. And ever since the acquisition has taken place, our developers have worked a bit more closely, and the integration is a bit more deeper compared to before. And our product is specifically built for unleashed customers. And as you can see on the screen, we're not going to promise that this is going to be the case for all the customers, but the whole idea is once she did start the free trial and start the integration, when she could see all the data flow through from Unleashed to Prospect CRM, it was certainly life-changing for Helen. And the whole idea is you can use the data and do a lot of sales and marketing, features that we have inbuilt and really help you drive that profitable growth. And one of the other questions, like why you're here today is our product, as I did mention, Prospect CRM, is predominantly built for companies that sell physical products to B2B. That's always been the niche market that we are focused on. And, and unleashed customers, rightly, by the very nature of the product itself, they're all companies that sell physical products as well. And you can pretty much compare this with any CRMs out there. And, it's just an example that we're trying to draw down and give you a bit of a comparison. At this day and age, what do we call these top 3 CRMs as mentioned on the screen, Salesforce, Pipedrive, and HubSpot? They're more what we call as a traditional CRMs. And at this day and age, everyone's got pretty much similar star ratings and rightly so. And one of the key things that kind of differentiates us from the early adopters, the CRMs were pretty much built for a service-led business. As you can see on the screen, pretty much it's been, like computer software, IT, marketing, and so on, wherein there is an elongated sales process and there's an opportunity that the teams are working on. And there's a lot of back and forth, information that's logged in. And eventually you do sell the service. And then it could be a package like marketing and advertising. And then it takes another 1 year or 2 or even 5 years to deploy that and get a return on investment. So none of them, if you do focus, really, but compare that to an wholesale distribution and manufacturing industry, as I did mention, we are built for that niche market. So it's a bit more dynamic where you need to understand the buying pattern of the customer and also ensure that you get them onto that repeat order cycle. So as you can see, all our customers are some way or the other related to, the segments that I did mention. And we do have roadmaps, like we do have new releases on a monthly basis. Is based on the feedback that we get from our existing customers. So I'm going to show you a tab on the CRM where you can drop in your ideas, and there is a voting system. And in the stakeholder meetings, we do discuss the top voted idea, and we try to deploy that in all our new releases moving forward. And another thing I wanted to give you a bit more of an insight is we have been voted as the #1 stock aware CRM. Not many CRMs, if you do Google that, if you do have a bit of a research done, not many of them have got that tagline. And that's the niche market that we work on. And also we've got various other awards given by our customers, like easiest setup, the highest user adoption, and the most implementable. So those are the kind of awards. It's very unlikely that other CRM providers get those. And I will send you through this link where you will be able to see other reviews on us as a company and of Prospect CRM as well. And one of the key things that we kind of help you achieve what we promise is through this growth formula. Um, it does look fairly simple, but for us to implement this, it does take quite an effort from your end and our end. With the idea of any CRM, like all those traditional CRMs are built to bring in more customers, rightly so, through your marketing campaigns or your opportunity management. We do that particular bit of functionality as well. And apart from that, we push through all the new customers who are coming in through this mechanism, which really focuses on increasing that higher customer lifetime value. So we do have mechanisms like, increasing that order frequency, average order value, and most importantly, retaining your customers as long as possible. So together, that's equal to sales growth. So if I just break that down for you, I'm sure you've seen this a number of times, which is the funnel of doing business. It's one of the most basic concepts in any CRM. As you can see, the CRM, you collect the leads that marketing generates. So it could be right from your e-shot campaigns or your telemarketing or any cold calling that you do. And then once when you attract those new leads, you qualify them and you push them through your sales process, which could be right from that initial level phone call or sending a quote or also, that first face-to-face meeting. And once that's done, if you do feel like they're a good fit, you close the deal and then you get the first order from your customer. As you know, in wholesale and distribution, the first order may not be profitable because of the low order value. So this whole cycle could be a loss-making effort if that first order is a bit tentative. And so that's where, that unfortunately, most of the top CRMs functionality kind of stops right here. And that's where we come into the picture. So not only do we onboard your customers, but we also get them onto the a repeat order cycle. As I did mention, we do push them through a mechanism which is built in, which focuses on driving that higher customer lifetime value. And I'm going to show you some real-time examples on the kind of features and functions we have got built in today's session, which will give you a bit more of a clarity around that. So the whole idea of this practice is so you don't have that leaky bucket effect where you're bringing in more customers from your campaigns and they're going through the other side of the funnel. But really onboarding and focusing on your existing customer base, we will be able to give you the real-time profitable growth. And the other thing we did want to just to touch upon this is what we call the growth playbook. The whole idea of Prospect CRM is to help your business turn into a growth engine. Um, So as you can see, we're not going to go through all of these components today. This is something our onboarding team, if you are likely to come on board with us, our onboarding team will sit with you and focus on the areas that you need to, really get attention on. And as you can see, it is a simple breakdown of the growth formula, right from more customers to higher customer lifetime value. And all those components that we just saw on the funnel, attract, sell, close, onboard, average order value, frequency, and retention. And there is a quiz that you can take on your, when you start the free trial, which does benchmark to you with all these components here. And, as much as truthfully you do take the quiz, you'll be able to see where exactly you stand in all these components. And it also gives you an insight on, what are the areas that you need that needs utmost attention straight away. That's a nice little, feature we've got. And even today, during the free trial, we're going to be seeing these components which are deployed, which gives us a early return on investment, early paybacks, if without much investment from our end. But the whole idea is we would like you to start using things that require more planning and configuration. Right from if you do use our integration is pretty, we don't just integrate with Unleashed, but we have integration with other partners like right from Mailchimp, Klaviyo. So we do have the ability to send your email, export the contact list, formulate your email, add flyers, push them through to Mailchimp, and any responses will come back to the CRM. And then your sales and marketing team can assist the kind of inquiries that have come in and then pass it on your teams accordingly. And similar to that, we've also got a process of quote to order workflow, which does automate any quoting process that you have at your end. And we're going to quickly touch upon this acronym RFM and what does that mean. And this is what I mentioned about the growth playbook scorecard. So we will send you through this link as well. As I did mention, it's a pretty simple quiz. It takes about a couple of minutes, but it really gives you that area of attention, that you need to focus on. And RFM, it is an industry standard reporting that we didn't, you know, write or we didn't build, but we have adapted in the CRM. It stands for recency, frequency, and monetary value. So based on the sales history from Unleashed, we do have a set algorithm in the CRM, which segments your customers into champion, loyal, at risk, and so on. It's pretty obvious. Champion customers are the ones who have bought recently, buy often, or spend the most, compared to at-risk customer who did spend big money at one point in time, but they've dropped in revenue due to various reasons. It could be seasonality or change in buyers, a change in suppliers, or even pricing could be a factor. But whatever may be the reason, we indicate, who are the customers who are falling off that average order cycle. And there is another component that we added to this segment, which is a new customer. And research has shown, especially with wholesale and distribution industry, for the customer to treat you as a regular supplier, the fourth order is a tipping point. So once they've placed the fourth order, they're more likely to be part of your repeat order cycle. So we have adapted a similar ideology. So until your new customer has placed the fourth order, they will remain in this segment. And it also gives you an opportunity to work with them a bit more closely, try to build that relationship organically, and eventually push them up through this segment and make them your loyal and champion customer. So it's exactly what we're trying to achieve today in a nutshell. And we will also send you through this link as well. And one of the $1 million question, what is integrated? What are the kind of information that gets pulled through? So that's what I'm going to show you. I'll give you a bit of an interactive diagram here that we've got. So pretty much with Unleash, what we do is it's a pretty powerful two-way integration. It's a deep integration that we have at our end. And when you do take a free trial, what happens is, and when you complete the integration, we pull through all your currencies. We pull any home currencies that you're working with, AUD, or any suppliers that you have in US. If you've got that information, we pull through that currencies as well. And we also pull through any tax and warehouses. We give you the breakdown of warehouses if you have multiple locations. And if you're also working with GST and VAT, we also pull through that key little information as well. And of course, we pull through all your customers and suppliers. Anyone who's placed an order with you, we do pull through that information and we push them through all the sales tools that we have, and we try to report on them accordingly. Products and inventory, any products and inventory, Unleashed will still remain your master data, but through the deep two-way integration, we pull through all the products that you have set up in Unleashed. And we also, as I did mention, we also give you a list of stock levels at any SKU that you have. And as I did mention previously, we pull through sales transaction. The whole point of the CRM is pull through the main sales transaction information like orders or credits and push it through to a CRM and make it transparent for your customer facing role, like say sales and marketing, so that we're really trying to give that information to your sales team so they can get that return on investment during their calls or their follow-ups and other bits and pieces that they do at their end. And with that information, what we do in Prospect is, as I did mention, we do push them through a sales analysis. Like we've got sales reporting tools like the RFM analysis that I just showed you, and we've got a cross-selling tool like the Magic Matrix solution, which analyzes any cross-selling opportunities within your existing customer base. We will give you an example on that. And we also have the ability for you not to jump between both Unleashed and Prospect. We have the ability to process the sales order right from the CRM. That's a cool little functionality. So what happens is once you process a sales order, it will get pushed through to Unleashed, and your operations team can pick, ship, and invoice it. And we also have the ability to process quotes as well. We will give you a live example on today's demo. And with the new products, if you're someone, if you've got like multiple SKUs and you don't want to create a product for all those SKUs here, so we do have the ability to create a new description lines, and you can create you can quote and send out new products. And if once when you do confirm a quote, it will be pushed into Unleashed as a new product. That's another little flexibility that we have. If you don't want to hold up all your products in Unleashed, we do have the ability to do that as well. And finally, we have any new prospects that you're dealing with that come through your marketing campaigns or from your website. We can hold that in the CRM, and we can use the data to push them through any new marketing campaigns or opportunities that you want to work on. So that's the kind of information that comes in and that gets reflected back in the CRM. Okay, without further ado, let's just jump on to the live demo. And yeah, I did forgot to mention one thing when we did start the session. We do have a Q&A tab on the control section. Please feel free to drop any questions that you have in mind. And we do have a section towards the end, which we will go through that quickly and address that as well. So front and center, as you can see, this is the main dashboard. So if you do, so what we're going to be looking at today is the company called Coffee and Beans. Um, they are a coffee roasting company, so they pretty much deal with coffee beans, coffee machines, coffee cups, anything to do with coffee. Yeah, and front and center, and this is what we call the account manager's dashboard. We do have various other dashboard listed here in the CRM. Right now, we're going to be focusing on that. And we have the ability to set this according to the various account managers that you have in your team. For instance, if you want your account managers to be focusing only on the accounts that they deal with and the kind of orders that they bring in, we can pretty much do that for you through during the onboarding phase. That's another little feature we've got. And just picking up from where we left on the presentation, the RFM analysis, front and center. So based on the sales history from Unleashed, we have categorized your customers into champion, loyal, and so on. I quickly go and click the champion segment. So we do give you the list of information, like the basic information, like the name, the segment, the customer type, account manager, first order date, last order date, and the total order count. All this is based on the sales history we pulled through from Unleashed. And with our CRM, we just don't give you the data, but we give you some actionable insights. So we have the ability to save all our uh, all our reports to Excel, which does give you, the ability to analyze it accordingly. And if I just quickly jump on to one of the customers here, let's go to Byron Bay Coffee, which gives you a bit more of a, like through the power of integration, and that's the UI feature we've got. So we pull through any name that you've set up in Unleashed, phone number, website, all the basic information gets pulled through. And also on the categorization section, any type that you have set up in Unleashed, we pull through that. The account manager, industry, and priority, all these fields are configurable. If you do feel that this is not part of your business requirement, we do have the flexibility to configure most of these tabs in the CRM. And on the right here, we've got the at a glance section, which gives you the segment they belong to and the spend. As you can see, compared to the previous 365 days, there is a drop in revenue. And this is a rolling period, which gives you the comparison of the last 365 days to the previous 365 days. And also, if you've got the financial year to date set up if you set that up in our system, we pull through that data for you as well and give you the kind of, orders that are coming in, the revenue that's been generating. And also, we've got integration to Google Maps, which gives you the geographical presentation of your customers as well. And just wanted to give you a bit of an insight on the three-dot menu. So as I did mention, the whole screen is customizable. So if you do feel like the data is a bit overpopulated and you want to keep it as crisp as possible, so we do have utmost flexibility in amending and making those changes at your end. And that's the activity feed, which gives you all the current orders that have come through. Like you can see 5 days ago, there was an order that came through, and you get the order pattern that's coming in on a regular basis for you to be on top of things. And contacts here. So we have the ability to add as many as contacts. You can, there's no limits to that. And you can keep the key description and the job title as well and the website. So through the two-way sync, any contacts that you create will be pushed back into Unleash. So that's how deep the integration is. Opportunities, problems, and all the CRM things we're going to come back to. And documents is a key area where any project proposals or quotes or any emails that you send, this will be a central point of location where it gives you a bit more of an easy access rather than searching where you have sent all those documents. This is the tab which gives you what's the recent documents that you have sent out. And on the left here, the Unleash, that's the link to open this customer account in Unleash tab. And it's directly in sync with Unleashed, right from the customer code, the name, what's the customer type, and any basic information like, if they're on, what's the balance is overdue, what's their payment term like. So we pull through all the key information. And with aged receivables, we have the ability to connect to Xero and QuickBooks. So once you've done that, you do have the ability to check if the list of all the invoices that have come through since the time they've come on board as a customer, and also if there's any outstanding invoices from their end. If I quickly go on to the sales transaction section, This gives us the line-by-line view of all the orders that have come through, pretty much the most recent orders, and it goes on to the time since they've come on board. You can go as far as you'd like to go and analyze those orders. And the whole idea is we give you, the description, if they've been ordered, delivered, and invoiced, and you can see the currency that you're dealing with. And we also give you some key, financials like the margins that you're making on each of these orders and the percentage, a transaction date, and also if you do want to access this invoice in Unleashed, we do provide you a link. Please do bear with me. It is a fictitious account, so we might have some missing data. But during your live demo, there will be a link here which where you can access this invoice in Unleashed directly. And at any given time, if you're looking at certain products, if you just want to see beans, we give you the list of beans that they've ever got from you so far. So that's the kind of flexibility that we got with any of our reports. And that's just a general sales, transaction views that have come through on a regular basis. And if I quickly move on to the sales analysis tab, let me just refresh that for you. So we get all that information. If I just go into the sales, we've got one particular information that's just getting through from the data import. Perfect. Yeah, this is what I was waiting on. So the sales analysis is a bit more of a deep dive in, right from the segment that they belong. We give you some top level view of the segment, the spend. They are dropping in revenue, which is not a good sign. And you can see the order frequency, the last order date. And with this interactive graph, this is what we call the invoice value by month, and that's the order value by month. So if you want to see the list of orders that are coming through, or if you want to just focus on 2024, you can quickly zoom in and see how well they've been performing. Quickly go back. And once when you hit the see more section, what this does is it gives you the breakdown of the monthly spend. You can see the ordering pattern. I think March has been really quiet, or you can see, July has been really good. You kind of get the ordering pattern that they've got, and if they've been, declining, or if they've been really getting those increasing that average order cycle, you get an overview right here. But okay, if you're on the phone call, you kind of get the pattern on how well they've been performing. But if you want to know what are the products that they get from you, if they just do come down, we give you the top products that they've got from you so far. And through this interactive pie diagram, you can see, what are the top products. By far, the Breville Oracle Espresso, 33%, followed by another SKU, 24%. You get the idea of the total breakdown. So that's by value and that's by frequency. And if I quickly go on to the see more section, so this gives you the list of all the top SKUs. So out of the multiple SKUs that you have in your business, they've got 20 SKUs from you so far, and by far the Oracle Espresso machine has been the top selling product, and they've ordered that 84 times, and that's 185 units in total, and that's the total revenue that this product the whole SKUs have generated for them so far. And if I just hit on one of the SKUs, if I just choose the top selling product. And I just wanted to give you, so this is where we get the tagline of the #1 stock-aware CRM, as I showed you in one of the reviews. So through the deep two-way integration to Unleashed, we just don't pull your customer data, but we also pull through all the product files that you have set up in Unleashed. And it's worthwhile mentioning, Unleashed will still remain your master data. So any changes that you want to make to Unleashed, to the SKU, you make it in Unleashed, and through the constant data imports that we do, it will reflect back in the CRM. And also you can see the SKU code, the name, the list price, cost price, the total stock available, or when's the next shipment due with purchases, any images you have set up, and which stock levels, as I did mention to you previously, we give you the breakdown of the multiple warehouses if you have, right from New Zealand or Sydney, any multiple locations that you've got, we pull through that data. And with purchases, any suppliers information that you have set up in your system, rather than switching apps between Unleashed and the CRM, you can see when is the next shipment due and see if there's any back orders and all that key information as well. With the sales transaction, similar to what we saw with Byron Bay, you can see rightly Byron Bay have been the top, company that's been supporting this product. And you can also see the total revenue generated, and it gives you the line-by-line view of the most recent orders that have come through for this particular product. With sales analysis, it's again a bit more of a deep dive in. We give you the top buyers who have got this particular SKU by value and by orders. And if you do come down, this is where we give you the buying pattern. So this does give you any seasonality that's associated any seasonality that's associated with this particular SKU. Like right from, you can say, July has been, they've been fairly consistent, with May being one of the biggest month. So you can certainly use this report as a forecasting report for your next financial year, and you can hold stock accordingly. That's the key kind of actionable insights that we give. And images and files, the CRM can be a central point of location, rather than having it in Google Dropbox or wherever you're holding all that information. You can certainly hold that right here in the CRM. And with any price tiers, like wholesale or retail, we pull through all that information through the integration. And finally, if I just quickly go to upsell, so the whole idea of the CRM is to help you, increase that average order value. So we do have the ability to link products to the products like the Breville Oracle Espresso machine. So we have linked two products right here, which is the knockbox and the brush. So every time what happens is you send a quote or a sales order. Every time you kind of key this particular product, any two these two SKUs would reflect as a prompt on a pop-up menu saying that, these are the recommended products and would you like to add them to this queue? The whole idea is to increase that average order value. So I'm going to show you how that reflects on a live quote when we do that. So that's pretty much with the integration side of aspect on the kind of data that we pull through. And I'm just quickly give you, so okay, if you're on the phone call and you know what they've got from you, the average order value, the invoices and the order value. So if you want to promote, what are the other SKUs that they can get from you? As you can see here, this is what we call the magic matrix analysis. So far, they've got the categories from Unleashed, like machines, ingredients, and coffee equipment. They're totally unaware of the other categories. So as I did mention, we do have the ability to create awareness campaigns, and once when they're interested, we can create opportunities and send quotes, and finally make them buy that particular category from you. So I will give you a bit more of a global view of this, but just wanted to give you the kind of flexibility that we have in this CRM. And right now, we are going to be jumping on to, I'm going to perform some live actions. So we're going to be working with Michelle, who works for Bronze of Ipswich. Just to give you, so that's the power. Any key characters that you do type here on the global search, you get that information. So Michelle is a regular customer. So this is what we call the breadcrumb menu. Through that, we know exactly where we are located in the CRM. Similar to Byron Bay, you can see they are a customer. That you can see the kind of performance, I mean, the spend and the revenue they generated. They're a loyal customer. So Michelle is a regular customer, and all that she wants to do is to place a repeat order. And it's also, uh, if she does send you, if she knows exactly what she wants to order, you can process a sales order directly, no issues whatsoever. And any price tier that you've already set up, we import that data and you can process the sales order. It'll be pushed into Unleashed and then you can pick, ship, and invoice it. But just for the demo purpose, I do know that a lot of you would like to see the quoting side of aspect. So I'm just going to do a similar quote on the kind of products that Michelle is after. Let's say top of order. Um, Top of order, and this is what we call the based on tab. So if you do have like a certain collection of products which you do send on a regular basis, so we do have the ability to categorize them. Like say you can have the gold pack, silver pack, or bronze pack, and you can add those repeat order products if you'd like to make the process a bit more quicker. And that's the pipeline. And you can also see the price tier that she belongs to and the warehouse. Just with the source, I'm going to say it's salesperson generated. And once when you hit create, what's going to happen is it's going to take us to the landing page of the quote. And if Michelle does give you a PO number, you can pretty much enter that. And in the B2B world, since Michelle is a regular customer, she will have your price list. So if she's sending you a price list with, as long as it's got the right SKU, the pricing, and the product code, you can pretty much drag and drop that CSV file in the dotted box menu, and this will get pre-populated. It's a nice little feature we've got. And if you do come down here and then on the search button, if you do hit that, the system is pretty smart. It'll only show you the most frequently ordered items by Michelle with the breakdown of the stock in the warehouses. And if I right now, if I just do come in and she's after the Breville, let's go into the Breville machine that we just saw. And this is what I mentioned. When you link products to the one particular SKU, so we did mention we had the knockbox um, and the stainless steel, the coffee grinder. So you can always check with her. And would you like to add one as it's a recommended product? You can pretty much go and hit the toggle. and that populates the quote. And also, if you just do come in and she's asking for, okay, I would like to get some beans as well. So when you do type beans, we can choose the Ethiopian beans, and we can also choose the Colombian beans. We can amend the quantity right here, like 5 units, 5 bags of that, and so on. And if she does want like okay, you're able to see the search section, but if you want to see a bit more of a global view, once when you hit the search section, this gives you the breakdown of this is what we call the multi-line quoting system, and we give you the totals. You can certainly see the search products. You can see the number of SKUs that are available with the breakdown. And if you're on a rep mode and if you're on the store, if you want to see what are the ingredients, if you're going shelf by shelf, and if you want to see the stock levels and then order accordingly, you can pretty much go in, check the stock, and then you can order on the go. Or if Michelle is checking with you, okay, what do I recently buy? What do I usually buy from you? So we do have a tab which shows you the recently purchased items by Michelle, or if she's checking with you, what are the other top products that are doing well, overall with other companies. So you can always go to the most popular items. So this is out of the 72 SKUs, we show you the top 30 SKUs which have done really well with other companies, and you can certainly, like go in, enter the quantity, hit add and close, and now that we've done that, we do have another function with our quoting system is to we have the ability to group products. So we can pretty much go in and we can choose, we can maybe call this machine, or and then you can save that. And the other group you can create it as, like beans. So the whole idea is we give you the flexibility on categorizing, segmenting those product items as well. And there are a few ways of sending these quotes. We do believe since you're an Unleashed customers, you might have like a Unleashed quote template. We have the ability to replicate that document for you. You can use a template right here in the CRM, like we've got like quote documents or project proposals, or we can replicate the similar document that you use in Unleashed during the onboarding process as well. And the other thing we did want to mention is we can send these. We do recommend you to send emails from the CRM. One of the main reasons being we've got a set template. So all these are done in a Word document. So we give you, utmost flexibility to making them as per your requirement. So if I just choose the simple cover PDF, I'm going to show you how this response reflects on Michelle's end. Just want to show you how the template looks like at the customer's end. So, and we do give the ability, this is one of the processes I did mention during the growth playbook, which is the quote to order workflow. So any quotes that you send to the customer with these action buttons, it puts the onus on the customer for them to either accept or decline. So if I quickly go in, so that's the kind of standard template we have. Like I did mention, this can be configured according to your requirement. It has any kind of branding that you've kept at your end, and also the segmented categories that we did machine, and then beans. You can see the subtotal. We do have the ability to, like disable these view as well. You can only look at the subtotal, and also finally the total, the total value of the quote. And if Michelle decides to approve this quote, she can straight away go in and hit approve. It's going to take us to the landing page where she can pretty much enter the PO number. And we do have integration to Stripe, which takes any online payment, any payments upfront. So if you do that integration, we can get those payments upfront. Or if she's a regular customer and if this is a quote and you're pushing it through, she can enter the PO number and pretty much hit approve. So what this does is we capture the IP address, and we do know who we raised the quote against in the CRM, and this will reflect back into the record. If I quickly give a couple of seconds for this process to get completed, I'm going to show you so you can see. Thank you for approving the quote. And once when you go in, and we're not going to be sending this. If I just refresh the screen, you can see there's a confirmed sales order that's been done by Michelle. It's directly reflected in the CRM, and this will be, pushed into Unleashed, and rest, as you know, your operations team can pick, ship, and then invoice it. If Michelle, rather than sending the email, if you wanted to confirm it yourself, we do have the ability to do it here, right here. Just wanted to show you the process on how you can put the onus on the customer and kind of the flexibility that we have at our end. So that's pretty much how we did want to show you the kind of flexibility on, processing a quick quote and helping an existing customer increase that average order value and get them onto that repeat order cycle, nice and easy. So I'm going to quickly go back to the dashboard, and quickly, I did mention, we do have certain other sales reporting tools. So we do have AI, which is the BUS acronym, integrated in the CRM. So this is what we call these two reports focuses on the order frequency. So ever since the time they come on board, we do calculate the average order days between customers. So if I quickly open that report for you, so we give you like, hot things. They usually place an order. Average order days is 70, it takes about 70 days for them to place an order. But we show you, what's the order warning signal that they've missed, and also how long it's been the shortest and the longest time since they placed an order. And through the AI, we also give you the kind of the average order value that could be collected. And this order is also used as, a churn risk indicator. So if you want to make sure that you want to get on top of all the customers who are at risk of churn, this report is a great starting point for your account managers. They can straight away go in, hit these customers up. And I kid you not, most of the customers, even during the free trial, there's so many times they've given us a feedback that this is work like gold for them, and they have got that return on investment, and they've got at least 50% of orders come through from this particular report. And again, through the sales history, we do have the segmentation. We align your customers into growing, static, and declining. So we do give you the data and an early indicator on who's dropping off that revenue, and you can run any dedicated marketing campaigns for them as well. So that's another little feature we've got in the CRM. Needs engagement is again through the integration to Google, Gmail or Outlook. We try to show you customers who do. When was the last time since you logged an activity against them? Since it's a demo account, it shows you, it's been a while. But once when you connect your live data, we will be able to give you those actionable insights as well. And this is again what we call is an after-sales ticketing solutions, which some of our customers use primarily for logging those damaged goods on delivery, right from any, as you can see, warranty claim, damage on delivery. We could give you a quick example on that, on to show you the kind of the workflow that we have. And that's the close rate. Any new opportunities that you're working on, like especially somebody who's not placed an order with you, but you've created an opportunity, you've processed a quote, either you're won or lost will reflect right here. And that's the reflection of the 12 months order. And that's the breakdown of the current orders that have come through compared to last month. That's a nice little comparison. And through the create button over here, so we do have the ability to, for your marketing efforts, you can create inquiry forms in the CRM and host it on your website. And any inquiries that come from your website will reflect back in the CRM under marketing and inquiries. And then your marketing or sales team can work on it and qualify it accordingly. That's another little feature we've got. And also we have the ability to create new opportunities as well. So if it's come through as an inquiry, you can always say it's a new store, um, and you can choose the company that you've set up. You can choose the pipeline. So we do have the ability to create opportunities on an existing customer or a new customer. And we do have pipeline reporting where you can choose, at which stage they're at, and these are configurable based on your requirement. And you can also choose the size of that opportunity, and then once, like the margin that you're going to be making at, and the source could be website. So the whole idea of the opportunity is it's a step before the quoting stage. It's especially used on any new customers who are coming. You think it's a worthwhile prospect that needs to be pursued. You can track that, and we do have sales reporting, sales pipeline reporting on those prospects as well. And finally, I just want to give you an heads up on the settings that we have, like with notifications, especially like if I quickly go back and so we do have any inquiries, you can set up these notifications come through. If you do set a task for your team member, it will instantly come in as an email notification. And you can also see the various notifications that you can turn on, especially with inquiries and tasks. So that's something that you would want to be on top of. That's one place where you can enable that. So just to give you, I did mention we're going to be looking at two more things before we close off today's demo. One is the after sales ticketing solution, and then the magic matrix. So let's hypothetically go in and say if Michelle, um, the quote that we just confirmed, the order that she just placed, if there is an issue with delivery. So how do we track that? And we highly encourage you to, process the quote under a contact, so it's easier for you to track at any point in time. And under this contact here, we just go in and then create a problem. We could just say uh, damaged goods. It could be, and you can choose the source, and it could be either email or telephone or whatever the source that you've got it from. And you can also choose, let's say it's a delivery issue, and you can choose either, if you are choosing a product issue, it does give you like the RMA number, and it gives you the entire pipeline reporting as well. Again, these are configurable. That's just the view that I wanted to show you with the flexibility that we have. And let's just say delivery issue, and you get the workflow. And once when you hit create, that's going to take us to the workflow of the issue that we have. And with any opportunities or any problems ticketing that you're creating, there needs to be a follow-up task set. So you can certainly, go and assign this to any service technical team that you're, that's working on. You can go assign it to them, or just for the demo purpose, I'm just going to assign this to myself, and I'm just going to say collect. Get a photo from Michelle, or like photo of the photo of the product, or whatever information that you want to type. And you can pretty much assign this to a specific time and date as well. The moment you do that, what happens is it's going to reflect right on your the problem tab as well, and also and it'll reflect right on the notifications tab. And if you had assigned it to a technical team member, they will get an email notification on that there is an action that needs to be completed. And once when they log in, that will reflect right here on the notification symbol here. So right now we do know we have created a task, so we know where exactly it's a new issue and what we're working on. So if you're visiting the store and if you want to get the image yourself, there's just another question that's been asked by some of our customers is, do we have a mobile app? So we do have what we call is a responsive app. So as long as you've got the internet, you can access the CRM at any given location, and that just gives you the view of that issue. And if you're on the store, and I did mention previously, with the document section is where you can pretty much save any images. So you can go in, and then if you take a photo, you can straight away upload the damage on delivery and then save it according to that file. So that's another little flexibility that we have. And similar to that, if I just go into the dashboard, it gives you the view of the orders, the 12 months, just a breakdown in a UI feature on a mobile or an iPad, whichever you guys are using. So that's another little feature we've got. And that's how you pretty much log a damaged good on delivery and then try to capture the workflow and assign a task and so on. And the last key report I wanted to show you was the Magic Metric solution. One of the key things that we did mention is the whole idea of the CRM is to help you, uh, you know, increase that average order value. So that's what our CRM is designed to do, to help you get onto that profitable growth. And as you can see, this is a Harvard Business School idea that we've adopted, which gives you, we give you the presentation of all the product categories imported from Unleashed and your customers. And with the categories that we have here, so we do have reasonable amount of penetration here with coffee equipment. You've got 22 customers who have bought it and 21 unaware. And with ingredients, we've done an awareness campaign, which means that we have sent some email campaigns to them. We've done some marketing there. And blue means we have actually created a few opportunities as well. So if I quickly go in and open that and give you a bit of a global view. So as I did mention, we've certainly, configured, we've put your customers on the x-axis and the product on the y-axis here. And you can see the whole idea is to make this report as green as possible and try to increase that average order value. So if I quickly look at Byron Bay Coffee, you can see they've got the home the ingredients and the home coffee cup, but they're certainly, unaware of the sugar sticks. If you look at beans and stuff, we have created an awareness campaign of the display equipment, so which means that we have added them to an email marketing campaign, and they've also got an opportunity against labor, which means that we have created an opportunity and send them a quote of that opportunity for us to track that. So that's the whole idea. So we can run dedicated, marketing campaigns for a niche segment for us to get that real return on investment. So we can pretty much go in and choose the categories that you want to look at, and the account manager and also the RFM segment. If you want to come in and then choose only the custom top customers who have been doing well, like your champion loyal, and maybe I want to market to my new customers and don't lose them as well. And you can choose the industries that you've set up in the CRM, or you can choose the customer types that you have set up in Unleashed. You might want to focus only on your retail or wholesale customers who have come in. And the whole idea is if you want to run a targeted specific marketing campaign for sugar sticks, we can do that. So we can go in, hit the build awareness. We can just go and choose the sugar sticks. So that's one thing Byron Bay Coffee and a couple of the champion customers are unaware of. We've already chosen the segment. We can choose a type, and we've got like one customer does not have an email contact. And I'm just going to send it to the customers who are unaware that we have that product category. And the moment you hit next, you can create a new campaign activity and push this contact list into MailChimp or Klaviyo and formulate your email and then send through that marketing campaign. So once when you do that, what happens here is under Byron by Coffee, this turns into Amber. And then if they do come back under campaigns, if there's any responses that come back and if they do say that they're interested and they would like to know more about the product, and we can certainly create an opportunity and that turns into blue. And eventually, if they do buy that category from you, it does turn into green. So the whole idea is to give you that identifying that existing cross-selling opportunities and try to really increase that average order value, in turn push through your profitable growth. So that's what we're trying to do, basically achieve from this particular dashboard. And the last dashboard I wanted to show you is the sales pipeline. So we do have Kanban view. So especially for your forecast meetings, if you do working on your weekly forecast meetings, if you want to see the kind of pipeline that's there on quick quote, and you want to see which is coming in the next month or the following months, or which is lost, you can certainly do that right here in the CRM. So hopefully I have covered, like the top level view of, what the integration looks like and what is the kind of, the features and functions that you can do in the CRM for you to align with your goals and get the maximum out of the product. So we do, we do highly recommend you to start a free trial. I'm just going to give you, just moving back into the presentation, um, just going to quickly come and just give you next steps on, because we do have a Q&A session if you want to ask any questions towards the end. As a next step, we would highly recommend you to start, take a free trial. There are a few ways of doing it. Either you can do it on our website, you can go in and start a free trial, and you just have to copy paste your Unleashed API ID and key, and then start the process. Or similarly, the highly recommended way of doing it is I would go into your Unleashed portal, go into the integrations tab, and then go to and choose Prospect CRM and start the free trial. It's a bit more of an easier process. And as a thank you, for joining today, we do want to thank you on taking your time and looking into the product. And if you do take the free trial before the 9th of August, end of this week, we would give you the first 3 months on us, 50% discount. So which means that's another, I would highly recommend you to take advantage of that offer as well. And when you do take a free trial, it would be again with your live data, which would be integrated to the CRM. So we can see how well your customers have been performing. Like I did mention, it will be again one of the team members from the APAC. We might meet again, and we can certainly give you, and then we can try to give you, when you do take a free trial, there'll be a section where you need to choose the goals that you're interested in, the areas that you want to focus on. So we can make the demo a bit more tailor-made for you. And yes, if there are any questions, I've been mindful of the time as well. So if there are any, so I just decided to give a good little couple of minutes for us to go through any questions if you guys have, please. There is a control section. Um, so if you do want to I think one question that's been um, asked a lot that I didn't go through is the pricing structure. Um, is like if you're looking at the whole we did look at the professional subscription today. There are three subscriptions when you do start the free trial that you can see the pricing category. And with the professional subscription, we are looking at $603 per month AUD for Australian customers, and that does include up to 4 users, and it does include any standard onboarding training and assistance from us. Um, so that's part of the subscription plan as well. We have a couple of training sessions for you based on your requirement. And with New Zealand customers, it's $636 per month per users, uh, and that does include up to 4 users as well. So all that information we will send out through the post follow-up email, and it's also listed on our website as well. I'm just waiting on any questions. I think there was one question regarding pricing that we just mentioned, about. Thank you for that. If there's, I'll just quickly jump back into the screen as we've got a couple more minutes before we wind up today's session. There's one thing I did want to discuss was the question mark symbol over here. So this is where we've got a lot of self-help documents, right? From we give you the list of all the updates that are coming in, so you can be on top of all the new updates and releases. And we've got a similar to Unleashed University, we've got Prospect Academy, which has heaps of self-help documents at any given stage. If you want to look at certain information, like right from quotes or sales order, or the integration with Unleashed, and similar to that, we have the documentation section. And this is what I meant by during the presentation. I did mention we have a product suggestion section where if you have any ideas, if you feel like there's a missing feature and you would really like to get that voted, you can certainly give us your feedback. We will certainly consider that. And we've also got, based on the CSM plan that you choose from us, which we can have a bit more of a detailed discussion when you do take a free trial. You do have the ability to come on, and there is a live customer support chat service, and we do have telephone callback service as well. So if that's something that you're looking at, that's another little function we've got. And again, similar to documentation section, we've got more resources that you can get some valuable information out as well. Let's just give it a couple more minutes. If you did have, please do go to the chat section or to the Q&A tab on the control section. Please drop in your thoughts or any feedbacks that you have. We can certainly address this before we wind up today's session. All right, I believe there are no further questions at this stage, and we've managed to finish 5 minutes a bit earlier. 5 minutes valuable time back into your day. Thank you so much for joining, guys. Really appreciate it. As I did mention, please do start a free trial if you want to see how your data looks like. and we will, one of the sales team members from Melbourne would reach out to you, and we will certainly book you in for a demo. And I would highly recommend you to start make use of the first 3 months, 50% as well. Really looking forward to hear back from you guys. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful time. See you. Thank you. Bye.